And good morning, people. Welcome back to Star Ocean till the end of time. We are at the end of the Spiral Tower. Nothing else to do here. Well, except for the little bit of percentage down there, but that can be done another time. There is really nothing to do except to go through beyond the save point here. My team is exactly the same as I left off. I have done nothing to upgrade them, and I won't be, because I don't need to really. The only thing I will be doing is doing something with my items. You might remember earlier I was talking about getting a particular ending, one for Nell. Well, to do so, I need to use a load of items. I need to use these Tears of Aphrodite, Pheromone Enhancers, Endorphin Boosts, and Tears of Ishtar on one person. Sophia. I had a little test through to see what ending I got, and it was the one with Sophia. I don't want that, I want the one with Nell. So what I have to do is just reduce her empathy with Fate by quite a bit. I need to use all of these. So let's do that, shall we? So there we go. And that should sort that out. It is very easy to get the ending with Sophia. All you have to do is just literally go through the game. That's it. It's so easy, it's really absurd. It's actually very hard to not get the ending with Sophia. Especially if you really don't want it. I believe the hardest one to get out of the team I've got here is the one for Cliff. If you just do normal answers. But yeah, Sophia is really easy, so that is why I got hold of all those emotion down items. Now I should get the ending for Nell, so that's what I was aiming for. It really only changes two things. The emotion that I've done here. One, the ending, and the second one is something that comes really a lot later in the game. So that's all done. But what we have to do now is just go through this little corridor and through the big door into something I like to call the Room of Time. You'll see what I mean.
Why? Why is this happening?
Owner, I mean Luther. Now do you understand? Stop this right now!
Blair? So you led them here? Your defiance knows no bounds, my sister.
Your brother and sister? So Blair is the owner's sister. The life forms spawned within the Eternal Sphere have attained a level of intellectual development that rivals our own. It's time to let them go their own way.
You're kidding me. They're nothing but data. The cosmos of the Eternal Sphere is a toy. It's just a game!
Now that they've developed minds equal to our own, how are they any different from us? The evidence is clear. It's getting harder and harder to interfere in their dimension as we please. Doesn't that prove that they've become equals? That they deserve to live?
But they've gained the power to cross into our own dimension and inflict harm on us. Such dangerous entities cannot be ignored.
They didn't appear in our dimension until you tried to destroy theirs. In my mind, they've done nothing wrong by coming here to stop you.
That's right! We've done nothing wrong!
What are you talking about? The very existence of entities like these is causing massive bugs in the Eternal Sphere itself. Tell me what's wrong with eliminating flawed code.
Flawed code? Sure, we might be entities created by your hand, but that doesn't give you the right to decide everything. We deserve the right to live and die on our own!
This is ridiculous. You're nothing more than a collection of zeros and ones.
No matter what the real truth is, the fact is we have thoughts and feelings of our own. We want to save our dimension and everyone in it.
She's right. We've come all this way thanks to the thoughts and feelings of countless people. Allowing you to erase us would betray them all.
Thoughts and feelings? What rubbish! Your thoughts and feelings are nothing more than fabrications modeled on our own!
Stop calling us fabrications! Besides, I don't remember being created by you.
Luther, you still don't get it, do you?
Shut up already, Blair! It's you who doesn't understand. No matter how high a level of existence they try to reach, they're still nothing but fabrications. Data should obey the will of their creator and submit to deletion.
Don't mess with us!
We won't give up!
Don't think everything will go your way. We're not your toys!
So here's the fight with Luther. The first part at least.
Don't let your guard down!
This isn't really a hard fight, unfortunately. The most important thing to do is come out here with as much HP as possible.
Right there!
So basically, use what you can and finish it quick.
Can't be happening.
Like that.
Something definitely wrong here!
That was actually a very good fight.
This can't be. I'm the creator. Why is this happening?
Luther, stop this right now. Hurry, everyone. Get the Eternal Sphere back up. I'll try to fill in the gaps the best I can.
This makes no sense. How could this happen to me? How could I be surpassed by my own creations? It's because I took the easy way out by only erasing the problematic data. If the viruses are working together to create their own data, then I should delete everything!
Luther?
That's it! I won't stop with the Milky Way galaxy. I'll completely delete all the data linked to the Eternal Sphere. That will completely eliminate these viruses too. It's so simple. Why didn't I think of it before? No more of your silly tricks. works, I'll delete the whole universe!
What are you doing? You are putting yourself in grave danger by trying this while you're still projected into the Eternal Sphere. Luther, don't do it!
Die! 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 Be gone, everyone and everything! Righteousness shall prevail!
And on to the real fight. He's changed his look a bit, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. He has some very nasty attacks, but if I keep up the pressure, I should beat him pretty quickly. I just need to make sure I get my hits in. So he is flying, so most of my hits on the ground won't hit him like a sidekick. But that's fine. My main attack is going to be air raid. He has laser beams and some bigger attacks, but that was a very good fight. He pretty much didn't get the chance to get anything off.
Am I being deleted? Destroyed? Why?
So that's the end of Luther. But what's going to happen to the universe? Well, let's find out, shall we?
The Andromeda Galaxy, erased. IC-1613, erased. NGC 6822, erased. At this rate, everything will be deleted. Our universe is vanishing before our eyes.
It is.
Oh no. Do you think that maybe we were too late?
I wonder what's going to happen.
Just believe. Just believe that we exist here and now.
You're right. We're not just mere data that someone created.
Just because we were told to accept deletion doesn't mean we have to give up. No way!
That's right, Sophia. Choose to live. There's nothing left. Everything has completely vanished. Light, air, even my own body no longer exists. Absolute nothingness. Nothingness? So nothing really exists anymore? But if that were true, then what about this thought? This thought is real, and I am aware of this thought. So, there is something left. There has to be. That means that I'm still alive.
Welcome back, Fate.
Hey!
Well, it's about time. What took you so long?
Welcome back, Fate.
Hey, guys.
Took you long enough.
Yeah, I see you guys are okay too. What a relief.
What do you suppose happened? Have we been deleted?
All that we can see in our dimension, and everything we can touch. It's all been a fabrication created for us to perceive. And now Luther has disabled our perception of such things, effectively erasing them from existence. Without perception, there is no existence. And yet, even though everything around us was an illusion, I'm positive that our minds, which perceive that dimension, really do exist.
You're right. No matter what Luther claims, our minds are the only things that were real.
That's exactly why Luther was unable to erase our consciousness. He merely deleted all the illusions around us. Doing so could not possibly erase that which actually exists outside of his creation.
So, you're saying Luther never acknowledged our existence? Does his failure to do so explain why we still exist here?
Maybe. Strictly speaking, the universe as we know it most likely no longer exists. Nevertheless, we still feel its existence in our minds.
If everyone in that universe still feels like we do right now, then that universe really does exist.
No matter what really happened.
This is quite the philosophical conundrum.
Does it really matter? Haven't we taken care of everything? If we have, then let's just leave it at that.
Good point. We exist here, and so does the universe. And that's enough. Let's go. Let's go back to where we belong.
Yeah, let's go! To everyone's universe!
So the universe was destroyed. And yet it wasn't. Because of people's minds, thoughts and feelings. Yeah, it got very metaphysical there, didn't it? And that sort of brings me to why the game sort of is great, but could be better. The story aspect. It's such a convoluted story. It's really goes in many different directions, but doesn't go anywhere. For example, how many of the things that we did during the game, story parts, just felt like they didn't have an end, or were pretty unsatisfactory. The war with Eriglyph was sort of cancelled out by the invading Vendini. We didn't do anything really to finish that. The Vendini was probably the only thing that we did sort of finish up, but even then it left a bit of a taste in your mouth, because you then lost part of the other story with Fate's dad, and we had to go on our way from there. And the 4D aspect of the game just sort of potters out here. Well, the universe got destroyed. It actually did. We have no... we cannot actually stop that. Time ends here in this game. In the entire universe, actually. What makes the game great, though, is the battle system. Being able to go around and fight your own fights. Being able to string your own attacks together, make combos. You've got a wide array of different characters with all their own styles of fighting, so you don't have to stick to one. You've got the short range aspects of Cliff, Fate, Nell, but of course they've got the long range aspects of Sophia, Maria and other stuff. And even the characters I didn't use, Albel and Roger, have their own distinct styles which you can choose from. So combat in this game is wide, varied and quite satisfying. The AI could be a bit better, but you sort of have to give up a bit on that, and even that you can make adjustments for. Other things, item invention, quite a very nice aspect of the game, but a lot of the recipes are sort of meh. The best things being the better weapons, better armour, and a few of the other things which I haven't picked up, sort of like healing items Mark 2 and healing spices Mark 2 and Mark 3. They're still to come. I got to look forward to them. But yeah, it's not the end of the game yet. We've got a lot to go through. This is only sort of about 2/3 of the game. We still have a lot available. One of the big things about Star Ocean Till the End of Time is that the story is only one aspect. The game is much bigger. So we will be going through that, and you'll get to see it. And should I mention it? Well, it will be mostly blind. I've done a few bits of it. I've beaten one of the extra major bosses in the past, but that was on Galaxy difficulty. I have not done this in Universe even more than I haven't done it on the universe before. Some of it later on will be especially blind. I've never been in them locations. I will say which ones. So that's the Star Ocean till the end of time for the story part. Next, the endings. So until then, have a wonderful day, have lots of fun. Goodbye.